I didn't wait to become a household name. I didn't wait for somebody to cheer for me. I didn't wait for somebody to say I was great. I didn't wait for people to recognize my greatness. What I did was the work. What I did was the work when it wasn't fun. What I did was the work when it wasn't glamorous. What I did was the work. I figured it out. I sought to improve on skills that I was not good at. You have to understand something here. When you are, as a barber, initially, you're not going to be good at everything. You probably won't be good at anything, right? And so, because I was okay with dealing with failure, dealing with mistakes, dealing with accidents, dealing with problems, I was okay with that. I wasn't so caught up in whether or not my chair was going to be flooded with people saying, "Oh, you the man." I did no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I still don't care about that, right? Uh, who Eric Thomas said something a while ago, and if you're not familiar with Eric Thomas, just follow me, look him up. E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. Eric Thomas said, "My sheep know my voice." Well, listen, my clients know my style, like my style, are attracted to my style. And the way that I handle business, the way that I cut hair, the way that they are, and they come back. I wasn't waiting for this huge crowd of people. I knew that if you stay in the game long enough, people will find you. If you do good enough work, people will find you. That's it. That's all that it is. Right? That's all that it is. If you stay in this long enough, people will find you. They will root for you. But I never waited for it. I never waited for it. I knew that if I wanted the people to root, I had to do the work. All that there is to it. It's nothing more, nothing less. They had to do I had to do the work. I'm still doing the work. Still doing the work. Guys, do you understand? I am still doing the work. Right? And I don't have a whole lot for you in this. I'm just saying, like, I did the work because I couldn't depend on luck to be successful. I had to depend on successful traits and habits to be successful. And because I depended on successful traits and habits to be successful, guess what came? Success. And my definition of success and your definition of success may be different. But for me, hey, my success looked like being able to spend time with my family, having enough money to take care of the things that I needed to take care of. Now, that was what my initial success looked like. Now my success has changed some, but I'm not waiting on people to tell them that this is happening. I opened a school. I didn't wait on somebody to tell me like, hey man, you should really do this. And if I'm being honest, it's pretty difficult to do what I'm doing. It's pretty difficult to market the way that I am, the way that it's going. I'm just telling you it is. I'm telling you that it is. Right? And so you just have to keep that in mind. You have to keep that in mind. Right? Got to do the work. Got to do the work. I wasn't just opening this business to be like, oh, maybe I'll figure this out. Nah. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But what's not going to be denied is that I did the work. And what I found is when you do the work, you get the results. You learn what works, you learn what doesn't work. You learn what's good, bad, ugly, and different. It doesn't matter. So stop waiting for somebody to come along and root for you. Do the work, clap for yourself. Do what you got to do for you. Right? And if you're gonna again, like, right, this whole thing now, like, people are really, this is the craziest thing. Like, I never understand gambling. I really don't. Right? But people that, like, this whole, now that we can do sports betting pretty much US wide, people are really talking about sports betting like it's a career. And you have to understand something about sports betting. In sports betting, you are taking money that you have worked for to bet on someone else's work. Not going to do it. Absolutely not. I refuse. I will not bet. I don't care what use. I'm not betting on someone else's work. Do you know what it's like to live with yourself? Do you think that these professional athletes and people like that don't have these issues that you have? They're human. They're human. They excel in some places and suck in others. What does that mean? Hey, have you never seen a professional sports player, coach, or athlete, or somebody like that get a DUI, get arrested, do all those types of things? I'm sure you have. Do you know somebody who's been arrested, got a DUI, or something like that? I'm sure you have. I bet you. And guess what? They're not a professional athlete, so it happens to us all. I refuse to bet on someone who I can't hold accountable. And the only person I can truly hold accountable is myself. I don't care if you put accountability measures in place for something. At the end of the day, the accountability measures that you put in place may exist. But how many of y'all have had some things in place where you're like, oh, where you feel like accountability is micromanaging? And so you might pencil whip something. You might pencil whip something just because you know they're going to come look at it, but they're not really going to come check up on it. Yeah, not me. I'm not doing it. I can hold myself accountable, and I will hold myself accountable. And that is all that I'm going to do, is hold me accountable. I'm not betting on somebody else to provide an income for me. That's why I don't like jobs. Because it's a bet that somebody who the company has decided to put in management, if they're really well, or even the business owner, betting on them to handle business the proper way that I can continue to have a job. What? No, absolutely not. Right? I worked as an independent barber. Guess what? If the barbershop closed down today, what can they not take away from me? Well, can't take away the fact that I'm a barber. I may lose that location in which I'm working, but I can go work somewhere else. My business can shift. I can do house calls. I can do all. I can do house calls. I can do mobile services. I could get a bus, trick out the bus, and have. I could do all of those things. You think for 1 minute I'm betting on the shop to exist? No. No. Not at all. Not at all. So, either way, guys, listen, man. Stop waiting for people to clap for you. Stop waiting for people to root for you. Root for yourself. Throw your own party. You know, I want, and I'm going to give you an example, and then we're gonna get off here for this evening. You know, so you can go spend time with your loved one, right? You pay attention and you see all of these successful people, right? Especially like artists and you know, musicians and people like that. Yeah, musicians, not magicians. If you know, you know. You see all of these people that are successful, that are doing what they do, right? They're doing what they do. And you see them throw these, they have these grandiose birthday parties and everything like that. And people say, oh, I want to have something like that. And one day I was sitting there and I was thinking about it, and I would just thought to myself, I said, they're showing you this party, and that is such a great thing and all that kind of stuff. Like they didn't pay. The person who's showing you this party paid for the party. What you saying, Devon? They celebrated themselves. Nobody said, like, they're paying for this. It's not like their friends got together and was like, yo, we got to throw such and such a dope party. Let's put our money together and throw in this party. No. They're throwing the parties for themselves. I just want you to keep that in mind. Celebrate yourself, clap for you, right? That makes it so you're not so caught up in other people's opinions. Celebrate you. You put the work in. They didn't. Why you want them to come celebrate work that you put in? Again, it's like gambling. Oh, we're going to go celebrate so-and-so's work. Okay, I guess. Right now, if it's now, I will say this: if you're talking about people on the same level, people equal to each other, that's different, right? You know. But again, these people are celebrating and asking people who they recognize to come celebrate with them. They're not asking them to take a bet on them. I'm not taking a bet on nobody else but myself. I'm not. I'm not at all. Anyways, guys, thank you again for tuning in to the Band of Barbers podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit I have here. I do. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. But don't wait for someone else to clap for you. Don't wait for someone else to celebrate you. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your accomplishments and things like that, because only you truly know what the accomplishments feel like and also what the failures feel like. So, have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for tuning in.